We have confirmed with the South African public previously that Swaziland had approached South Africa for financial assistance to alleviate the fiscal crisis that Swaziland faced. Much of this fiscal crisis arises from the fact, as you know, that during the recession, SACU revenues fell by more than 60%, and countries like Swaziland that are largely dependent upon SACU revenue had to take a significant drop in their revenue and contribution to the expenditure budget in Swaziland. In addition, as you will see in the statement, it is well known that Swaziland required broader fiscal and public sector reforms that would have assisted it both during and after the crisis as well. Whilst the fiscal reforms are the primary objective of some of the agreements reached between the Kingdom of Swaziland and the IMF, we believe that these must be anchored by governance reforms in Swaziland, decided upon and led by the Swazi people themselves. Therefore, the government of South Africa has agreed to provide a conditional guarantee for a loan of 2.4 billion rands to be extended by the South African Reserve Bank to the Central Bank of Swaziland. The repayment of the loan will take the form of a debit order against SACU, the SACU account, which is held by the South African Reserve Bank on behalf of the government of the Kingdom of Swaziland. The repayment will coincide with the quarterly payment schedule of SACU transfer payments by South Africa in its capacity as a manager of what is called the SACU Common Revenue Pool. The loan guarantee from the South African government is premised upon, and our understanding with the government of Swaziland is premised upon 4 pillars. The first is that the government of the Kingdom of Swaziland needs to undertake confidence-building measures within the country in order to create conditions for greater acceptability of reforms within the country itself. Secondly, that fiscal and related technical reforms that are required by the IMF and which are to be implemented by the government of the Kingdom of Swaziland must be given effect to. Thirdly, that from a South African point of view, we've agreed to provide, as we have been doing, capacity building support to the government of Swaziland. And fourthly, that we would cooperate as a South African government with the government of the Kingdom of Swaziland in respect of various engagements with multilateral institutions.